Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a major development that's been stirring up the crypto space, the launch of new spot exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, from two financial giants, Grayscale and Franklin Templeton. This is big news, and it signals a huge shift in how mainstream finance is viewing digital assets. We're not just talking about Bitcoin anymore. The landscape is expanding. And today, we're focusing on what this means for another major player in the crypto world. So, what's all the buzz about? On their very first day of trading, these new spot ETFs saw some seriously impressive numbers. Let's break it down. The Grayscale fund pulled in a staggering $67.4 million. That's an incredible amount of capital flowing in on day one, showing there's significant pent-up demand from investors who want exposure through a familiar, regulated product. These aren't just crypto natives, these are traditional investors, institutions, and financial advisors who are now getting into the game. But Grayscale wasn't alone. Franklin Templeton, another massive name in asset management, launched their own spot ETF, and it also had a phenomenal start, attracting $62.6 million on its debut. When you put those two figures together, we're looking at a combined total inflow of $164 million in just a single trading day. That is a massive vote of confidence from the market. It tells us that investors have been waiting on the sidelines, eager for a regulated and accessible way to invest in this asset class. Now, why is this so important? For years, the only way to get exposure was to buy directly from a crypto exchange, which can be a bit daunting for many people. You have to worry about setting up a wallet, securing your private keys, and navigating the complexities of the crypto ecosystem. Spot ETFs completely change that. Now, anyone with a regular brokerage account can buy shares of an ETF, just like they would buy stock in Apple or Tesla. It's simple, it's regulated, and it's integrated into the traditional financial system. This lowers the barrier to entry dramatically. Think about the implications. This isn't just about making it easier for retail investors. This opens the floodgates for institutional capital. We're talking about pension funds, endowments, and large corporations that have strict investment mandates. Many of them were previously unable to invest directly in digital assets, but an ETF, which is a regulated security, fits perfectly within their existing frameworks. This could unlock trillions of dollars in potential investment. The success of these launches also sends a powerful message to regulators. The strong demand and smooth operation on the first day demonstrate that the market is ready and mature enough for these kinds of products. It validates the years of effort by companies like Grayscale and Franklin Templeton, who have been working with regulators to bring these ETFs to market. This could pave the way for even more crypto-backed financial products in the future, covering a wider range of digital assets. We might see ETFs for other top cryptocurrencies, creating a whole new ecosystem of investment opportunities. Let's also consider the impact on the underlying asset's price and market structure. When an ETF provider like Grayscale or Franklin Templeton gets an inflow of cash from investors, they have to go out and buy the actual underlying asset on the spot market to back the ETF shares. That $164 million in inflows means $164 million worth of the asset had to be purchased. This creates real, sustained buying pressure. Unlike futures-based ETFs, which can be based on derivatives, spot ETFs directly impact the supply and demand dynamics of the actual asset. This can lead to what many analysts call a supply shock, where a significant amount of the available supply is taken off the market and locked up in these ETF vaults, potentially driving up the price over the long term. What's also fascinating is seeing these traditional finance behemoths jump into the ring. Franklin Templeton has been around since 1947. Grayscale has been a pioneer in digital asset investment trusts for years. Their participation lends an enormous amount of credibility and legitimacy to the entire crypto industry. It's no longer a niche, fringe market. When these guys are involved, Wall Street pays attention. Their marketing power, distribution networks, and trusted brand names will introduce this asset class to a whole new audience of investors who might have been skeptical before. So, what should we be watching for next? The key metric to follow will be the daily inflows and outflows for these ETFs. Consistent, positive inflows will be a strong bullish signal, indicating continued interest and adoption. We should also keep an eye out for other asset managers who are likely scrambling to file for their own spot ETFs now that the precedent has been set. The competition is going to heat up, which is ultimately great for investors, as it can lead to lower fees and more product innovation. Furthermore, this development could have a ripple effect across the entire crypto ecosystem. Increased liquidity and mainstream acceptance for one major asset often lifts the tide for all boats. It encourages more development, more innovation, and more integration of blockchain technology into our daily lives. The lines between traditional finance and decentralized finance are blurring, and these ETFs are acting as a major bridge between the two worlds. In summary, the launch of the Grayscale and Franklin Templeton Spot ETFs is a landmark event. With $164 million in total inflows on the very first day, the market has spoken loud and clear. The demand for regulated, accessible crypto investment products is enormous. This is more than just a new financial product. It's a paradigm shift that could reshape the investment landscape for years to come. It brings new capital, new credibility, and a new level of accessibility to the digital asset space. We are witnessing the maturation of an industry right before our eyes, and it's going to be incredibly exciting to see how this unfolds. The fusion of Wall Street and crypto is happening now, and these ETFs are at the very heart of that transformation. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is the start of a massive new wave of institutional adoption? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future updates on this fast-moving space. We'll see you in the next video.